Hello dear students, in this video we are going to start the chapter alternating current. Okay, now basically till now we have idea about direct current. Okay, direct current we have studied in the chapter current electricity. Okay, now what kind of current is this? Now suppose if I draw a graph between current and time. So direct current means it is a constant current which doesn't vary with time. Okay, so this is a constant current graph. Now suppose you have a graph like this where this is the current and this is time, and current is flowing like this. So this is variation of current. So current is increasing and decreasing with time. Okay, periodically it is increasing and decreasing. But as you can see in both these graphs, this graph and this graph, the value of current is positive. Current is positive because if you extend this graph, okay, so the upward direction is positive and the downward direction is negative, taken as negative. Okay, now what is the meaning of this positive current and negative current? That we know that conventionally if we are taking this direction, suppose current is flowing in this direction and we are taking this current as positive current, so that means the current flowing in opposite direction will be taken as negative current, isn't it? So here in both the graphs, the current is positive. Okay, but here in graph number 1, the magnitude of the current is constant, it is not changing with time. But in graph 2, as you can see, the magnitude of current is increasing and decreasing, it is changing. Okay, but it is not becoming negative. Okay, so this is another type of current, but this is not an alternating current. This second graph, this is not an alternating current. Okay, so you can have another cycle, like suppose you have a this I versus T graph and the current is like this, somewhere variable current. Okay, so current can flow in any amount. Okay, here randomly it is changing with time, but all these currents, okay, they are, the first current is constant current, DC current, but this second graph and third graph, these are variable current, but these are not called alternating current. Okay, then what kind of current is alternating current? Okay, let us see. So suppose you have a graph like this. Here we have current and this is time. So this is positive current and this part it is negative current. Okay, now if the current varies like this, okay, or you have a graph like this, this is current, this is time, so this is another graph. Okay, so obviously this is sine curve and this is cosine curve. Okay, here current variation is in terms of sine curve and here the current variation in terms of cosine curve. Okay, but here see, we know that sine and cosine, they are periodic function. So that means here the variation of current is periodic. Okay, variation of current is periodic. And what is happening? See, when the current is flowing in the conductor, so here see, conductor, the current value is increasing in magnitude and then it is decreasing. But this part of the graph, the current is positive. Now from this point onwards, the direction of current has reversed because here the current has become negative. And now again it is increasing in magnitude in the opposite direction and then it is decreasing. Okay, now again it changes, current becomes positive and so on. Now similarly here the variation, here the current is positive, it is, the magnitude is changing continuously, and direction, see, from this point to this point the current is negative, and from this point to this point current is again positive. So here what we are observing is the magnitude of the current is changing continuously. Okay, so first observation is magnitude changing continuously. Magnitude is changing continuously. Okay, and the and and the second feature is direction. Direction is changing periodically. So this type of current where magnitude changes continuously and direction changes periodically, such kind of current is called alternating current. Alternating current. Okay, alternating current. So this is the definition of alternating current. Alternating current is a current whose magnitude changes continuously and direction changes periodically. Such a current is called alternating current. So next, let us see what are the advantages of AC over DC. Okay, DC means direct current, AC means alternating current. So first advantage is very easy to generate. Okay, AC is very easy to generate than DC. Okay, to generate DC you need a cell. Okay, you need to perform some electrochemical reaction. Okay, but AC, like you can move a coil in a magnetic field and you will get an AC. Okay, so it is easier to generate. Second advantage of AC over DC is it can be easily increased or decreased by using a transformer. Okay, so alternating current, see, it can be increased or decreased by using a transformer. Okay, the value of the alternating current can be increased, alternating voltage can be increased, or alternating voltage can be decreased using a transformer. But this is not the case with DC. Okay, once a DC is generated, a direct current is generated, you have a constant value of current, and now you cannot decrease or increase the value of the current. Okay, so it is a constant current, but alternating current value can be decreased or increased depending upon your use. Okay, like some devices you need some low value of current, some device you need high value of current, so that can be achieved using a transformer. Now how a transformer increases or decreases the alternating current, that we will see in detail in the later part of the chapter. Okay, now the advantage of using a transformer is this sentence: economic transmission of long distance transmission of electricity. Okay, electric current that can be transmitted over long distances without much loss of energy with the help of transformer. So all those details we are going to see in this chapter. Okay, now third advantage is, see, you can convert AC into DC. AC can be converted into a DC using a rectifier. Okay, rectifier that we have studied in the chapter semiconductor devices, full wave rectifier. Okay, so using a rectifier you can convert AC into DC. So if you have some requirement of DC in a circuit or in a device, so alternating current can be converted into direct current. Okay, but direct current cannot be converted into alternating current. So that is another advantage. Okay, now the last fourth advantage is most of the devices we use, it is based on AC. Okay, whether it is your TV, your refrigerator. Okay, so all these devices, they require alternating current. Okay, so most of the devices work on AC. So these are four advantages of AC over DC. So now we will see the mathematical form or the general form of alternating current. Okay, now from the definition we have seen that alternating current, see, it can be represented like this. So this is I versus T graph, or it can be represented like this. Okay, so this is current versus time, because the general condition of alternating current is the magnitude should change continuously and direction should change periodically. Okay, so that means it has to be represented by a periodic function. Okay, now we know two periodic functions, one is the sine function and the other one is the cosine function. Okay, so current has to be represented by either by sine function or cosine function. Okay, so let us write the general form. I, this is the current, I is equal to I naught sine omega t plus phi. Now this is the general form of alternating current. Okay, now instead of sine you can instead of this sine you can also write cosine. Okay, now here this I is the instantaneous current. Instantaneous current, that is the value of current at time t, this time t. Okay, This is the instantaneous current. So as time t changes, the value of this current changes. Okay, and this I naught, this is the peak value of the. So this I naught, this is the peak value of the current. So this is peak value of current. Peak value of current. Why I am calling it peak value of current? Because when this sine function, see this sine function will have a maximum value of +1 or -1. Okay, +1 or -1. So that is this value +1 when the current becomes maximum. Here the current becomes maximum in the negative side direction. So this is I naught, and this point, this is minus I naught. So this is the peak current. Okay, this is called the peak current. I naught is the peak current, and this entire term within the bracket omega t plus phi, this is called the phase. Okay, this is called the phase, and this phi is called the initial phase. This phi is called the initial phase. What is the meaning of initial phase? That is phase at time t equal to 0. So when time t equal to 0, this term vanishes and we have phi. Okay, so this entire term is phase and phi is called the initial phase. Okay, so this is the general form of the alternating current. I equal to I naught sine omega t plus phi. So we are aware of this form because we have learned this kind of equation in simple harmonic motion in waves and all. Okay, so this is how mathematically we represent alternating current. So now we have the current, alternating current. Suppose we are having this alternating current. Okay, so this is current versus time graph, and we know that for alternating current the magnitude changes continuously and direction changes periodically. Okay, so this periodic current is representing an alternating current. Okay, now since the value of current is continuously changing, okay, now let us calculate the average value of current for complete cycle. Okay, for complete cycle means suppose this is time t equal to 0 and this is time t equal to capital T. So this is one cycle. Okay, so for one cycle we are going to calculate the average value. Okay, but see, our common sense, just by common observation, we know that, see here the current for this part the current is positive, isn't it? And the current is increasing and then decreasing. Now for this part current is negative, it is increasing in the negative direction and then again decreasing. So the average value, it has to be 0. Just by observation from the graph, it looks and it appears that the average value is 0. And actually mathematically also we can prove that the average value is 0 for a complete cycle. Okay, now let us calculate the average value mathematically. Okay, so mathematically average value can be calculated by using the expression I average, this is the average value, it is equal to, for complete cycle we are taking, so total current, so that is 0 to t I dt, this is the current flowing in time 0 to t, divide by total time, so this is 0 to t dt. Okay, so if we solve this integral, we will get the average value of the current. Okay, now let us take this current I is equal to I naught sine omega t plus phi. Okay, omega t plus phi, this as the current. Okay, so we have to substitute this current at this value, isn't it? So the expression becomes 0 to t I naught sine omega t plus phi dt divided by this 0 to t dt, this denominator, this on integration we will get t. Okay, so now we can simplify this as I average, it is equal to, from numerator I can take I naught as constant, from denominator we have t. Okay, and then we have integral 0 to t sine omega t plus phi. Okay, dt. So we have to integrate this. Now sine omega t plus phi, integration of sine is cos minus cos. So this will be equal to I naught by t. Now integration of this term, it is minus cos omega t plus phi. Okay, then omega t plus phi, that we have to integrate separately. So this is divided by omega. Limit is from 0 to t. Okay, so we have to simplify this expression. So we have this equal to minus I naught by t omega, then cos omega t, t is upper limit, plus phi, then minus cos phi. Okay, when t is equal to 0, this becomes 0, so we have cos phi. Okay, so this is minus I naught by t omega. Now this omega, it is twice pi by t. Okay, twice pi by t. So this t gets cancelled. So cos of twice pi plus phi, so that is equal to cos phi. So this is cos phi minus cos phi. So cos phi minus cos phi is 0. So 0 multiplied by this is 0. So we have I average, it is equal to 0. Okay, so average value of AC for a complete cycle, it is 0. Now average value of AC, see. Now see, we have seen that, like, if this is current and this is time, and this is how the alternating current varies. Okay, now this point is time, t is equal to 0. This point is time, t is equal to capital T, this one time period. So this point will be t is equal to t by 2. T is equal to t by 2. Okay, now we have seen that average value of AC for one complete cycle, that is from time t equal to 0 to time t, that is one cycle, this value we found to be 0. Okay, now obviously if you have to calculate the average value for half cycle, positive half cycle, so that is average value for this part. So here I average for positive half cycle, here the integration limit will change. So it will be from 0 to t by 2 I dt divided by 0 to t by 2 dt. Okay, now if you proceed in a similar manner, you will get this result to be twice I naught by pi. Okay, so you please try this in your end from your side and get the result. This as for positive half cycle, it is twice I naught by pi. Okay, now similarly for negative half cycle, I average for negative half cycle, it here in the negative half cycle, the limit it will just change. It will, this 0 will be replaced by, see, the negative half cycle is from this point to this point, so 0 will be replaced by t by 2. Okay, 0 will be replaced by t by 2, and this t by 2 will be replaced by t. So integration limit will be from t by 2 to t, isn't it? And then you proceed with the similar fashion, and then you will get the result. See, for positive half, if it is twice I naught by pi, the negative half, it should be minus twice I naught by pi. Okay, minus twice I naught by pi. So we have the result for positive half cycle, for negative half cycle, and this is for complete cycle.